Football FANdemonium with Max is brought to you by IBEX and Mike's Fence Center.
Welcome back to our newest segment here on News Channel 21. It's Football FANdemonium. I am on the hunt to find the biggest football fan here on the high desert. Now, last week our matchup featured a fantastic Pac-12 tilt between a dedicated Oregon Duck and this tiny Trojan over here. Now the voting window has ended and Central Oregon has spoken. The Week 3 winner is... It's Lady Duck with 66% of the votes. Congratulations. And now as a weekly winner, you have earned a Growler Guys 3-pack courtesy of Mike's Fence. Plus, you're now the third addition to our 16-person bracket. Once this gets filled out by January, we'll have a playoff to find out who is the greatest fan in all the land. And the grand prize is a tailgate party package from IBEX. Now this week, we highlight fans from 2 NFL teams that have already faced off on the field this season, but not yet in FANdemonium. It's the Steelers and the Broncos. And I know what you're thinking. What is a Steelers fan doing in Packers gear? Well, I'll just let Shawn Armstrong explain how he ended up like this. At first glance, you would think this is a Packers fan, sporting that Green Bay green and yellow topped with a cheesehead hard hat. But this Pittsburgh native is actually a lifelong Steelers fan. So, Shawn Armstrong, what's the deal?
A couple of colleagues of mine got together and knowing that I was a Steelers fan, had the highest donation for the Polar Plunge, and they picked the Green Bay cheerleader outfit out.
Okay, so it was all for a good cause. We'll let it slide. Plus, diving into the water with that outfit on takes some dedication. But so does showing up to a Super Bowl 40 watch party between Pittsburgh and Seattle as the only Steelers fan in sight.
Heard them cheer on their team as much as they could first half. Second half, I was about the only one.
Final score, Pittsburgh had 21, Seattle had 10, and Shawn, well, he had one big smile on his face. Sarah Jeffs, a Denver diehard, has a superfan story of her own, which happened to be during the only Broncos game that she's ever been to.
After the game, we waited on the sidelines, and my dad threw his Super Bowl hat down to Pat Bowlen, and he signed it and threw it back up to him. And then probably 10 years later, I met Pat Bowlen at a restaurant that I worked at in Hawaii, and he gave me his signature as well.
Pat Bowlen, of course, owned the Broncos for 35 years. Meanwhile, Sarah and her dad have bled Bronco blood together for 34 years. An incredible father-daughter Denver duo that's now being passed on to her family.
When we found out we were pregnant, we registered for this cute little Broncos onesie, hoping that he would kind of follow the same path I did.
And you passed it on to me.
Passed it on to my husband.
And my brother back home, so everybody's wearing Broncos tops.
The Broncos picked up their first win of the 2020 season Thursday night. So can the Jeffs keep it going? Or will Shawn and the Steelers stay undefeated? Central Oregon, what will it be? Well, you've seen the matchup. Now it's up to you to decide who you think is this week's winner. You can vote right now on KTVZ.com. You'll find a poll on the right-hand side of the page under the Sports tab. And if you want a chance to be featured next week, all you have to do is just send in your photo to KTVZ.com/play. But make sure you get those votes and pictures in by next Thursday. And if you do send in a picture, remember, check your email, because I'm probably going to be reaching out at some point, because I want to hear what makes you the biggest fan in Central Oregon. After all, it's your turn to take the field. I'll see you next Friday for week 5, I should say, of Football FANdemonium. Max out.